Hey, wise. Good evening. Good evening. Listen, I'm down here in the kitchen whispering. You know, when I get off from work, they've been started their naps. Hey, Miss Lady. Good evening. Happy Self-Care Monday. I wanted to just pop in real fast. I'm whispering because I don't want them to wake up while I'm doing this live. Both my husband and son is sleeping. Hey, Miss Lady, what's going on with you? I want to make sure I'm saying this word right. Let me push it again, because I don't think I'm pronouncing it right.
Contentious.
Contentious. Dear contentious wife. I know y'all probably like, Coach T, can we please move past this? Can we stop talking about the contentious woman? Can we push past this person? No, we cannot. No, we cannot. Because I wanted to come on this Mental Health Monday and talk about this young lady specifically because y'all got to get her in check. Like, y'all got to get her in check. I have discovered this is how a lot of marriages are being ruined, and wives are unaware that this is the reason why. And the part that is the most informed is this wife is usually a Christian woman who attends church on a regular basis, probably part of some type of church ministry, probably very heavily involved in, the community. She is looked upon as a good Christian person. And when she comes home, she devours her husband. Y'all have no idea. This is who this person is. I wanted to come on this Mental Health Monday and speak to her because I want to, and I wrote down 3 questions. I want to just go over these 3 questions, and then I'm going to let y'all alone. How did you get to this place? What happened to you? Like, how do you get to this place, and what happened to you? And how do you get set free from being this person? How do you get set free from being this woman? Because this contentious person is, I don't want to say that she is a fraud, because a lot of times she is unaware. She is unaware that she is behaving in this manner. She is unaware, and she thinks that she is justified, okay? She thinks that she is justified, and so because she thinks she's justified, she don't feel like she's doing anything wrong. Like I mentioned earlier, she's likable. People admire her. They look up to her. They respect her. They honor her. But this lady, this person, this contentious wife, this contentious woman has some deep down rooted issues that she needs to address. And sometimes those issues are not revealed until she goes through some type of hardship. It's not even to say that this person is not asking God to help her, asking God to, show her a different way. Sometimes this person has done all those things, right? This person has asked God to come to her rescue, asked God to help her. Yet and still, she has not got set free from this place yet. Yet and still, she is still in this place. She is in bondage. She is in bondage, and she's trying to figure out how to get out of this. She's in bondage, and she's trying to figure out what is it that she needs to do to get out of this place, because she doesn't like being this person, right? She doesn't really like being this person, but somehow she has got trapped in this place. Somehow she has got sucker punch in this place, and she's trying to figure out what in the world has happened. So I wanted to read y'all a little bit. I had sent an email out to my ladies a couple nights ago, and I wanted to just share Coach T's definition of what a contentious woman is. A contentious woman is not a happy woman. She's not happy, y'all. Okay? She is going through the motions. She is dry. She come off very, very strong-willed, very empowered. But she is weak. She feels defeated. She is aggressive. She is hostile. She is argumentative. She can be mean, critical, judgemental, moody, and a very difficult person to live with. This person is not necessarily a person that shows up in the workplace, right? In the workplace, she's probably masked. In front of certain people, she probably have on a shield. And some people may see her as, oh, she's a good person, or she's a Christian woman, or but they don't know the deep down rooted things that she has not exposed, or those things have not been revealed even to her, maybe, right? It may be some things that she knows that is a little bit off, like she's been asking God for help, but there are also some things that God may have not even revealed to her about herself yet. And it's not until her husband gets to a place where he's like, enough is enough, I'm sick of it, where him saying that catches the ear of the Lord. And the Lord says, I'm going to do something about this situation today. How did you get to this place? What had happened? Because a lot of women who are in this position, they feel justified. They feel like they have a reason to behave this way. They have a reason to respond this way because life has not been good to them. They have a reason to respond this way because they have went through the things that they went through. They've been trying. They've been, doing all the things right. They've been checking off in these areas. Yet and still, they are struggling. Why are they still struggling? Why are they still in this place? Why have God not come to their rescue and answer them? Because again, like I said, this woman, it's not like she's not praying. She's praying, right? Why have God not come to her rescue? Why have God not answered her prayers? Why have God not said anything to her yet? What is it that keeps her in this trap place? What is it that keeps her in this place of contentions? Why has she not got delivered yet? Y'all know I had been sharing with y'all, like Coach T had got in trouble, and today it was almost like a day of healing for me. It was like, I feel like God was like, we reversing this thing, right? We reversing this thing. We getting you back into a good place, a good space. We turning this thing around. We finna move forward, right? And I just wanted to do a little bit more research and discovery on why is this person this way and what has happened to this person. How did they get to this place and why is God not helping them? Sometimes God will allow a person, and I know this may seem very, very like not fair, but sometimes God will allow a person to be in positions like this until he knows she's ready. Until he knows she's ready for full deliverance, she's ready for healing, she's ready to receive, or it's time to take her to the next place. It's time to take her to what's on the other side of this. She's been struggling with this. She's been battling with this. She's been, asking for my help. She's been swimming in this for a long time. Now she's ready. Now I'm getting ready to expose. Now I'm getting ready to bring to her attention. Now I'm getting ready to let her know. Now I'm getting ready to do something about this situation. A contentious woman don't just show up being a contentious woman. Something had to have happened, right? I'm not on here to make excuses for her. I'm not on here to take up for her. I'm not even on here to say that her behavior is okay. A lot of times this person feels like she's justified. She feels like I am justified in this way. And I want to just come on tonight to just caution wives who feel like they have been through so much hurt, and they have been through so much pain, and they have been through all this type of heartache, and they feel justified to behave a certain way, especially when they have been asking God to help them and he had not helped them yet. It's almost like, what else is it that a person is supposed to do if they're asking for help and God has not came to their rescue yet, and the situation that they're in is not necessarily in the best of situation, right? They're still not in the best of the situation, but they're still trying to roll with the punches. They're still trying to be the bigger person. They're still trying to do things God's way. What do you do in this situation? I want to start off with first saying what you do not do, okay? What you do not do. Your pain matters to God, wife. Please hear me on that. Your pain, and I want to be good in this. Your pain matters to God. You are not being overlooked. You are not being tossed to the side. You are not being pushed over. Your pain matters to God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And if I can just compare this situation to the story of Lazarus and his sisters. When his sisters sent word out to the Lord, Jesus, look, the one that you love is sick. Can you come to help us? Come to our rescue. This man is on his deathbed. We know that you got the juice. We know that you got the prayer. We know that you got the flavor. We know your presence is going to change everything about the situation. Please come to our rescue. And when Jesus got word about it, he stayed a little bit longer. He basically ignored the message that was sent to him. And he ignored it because he knew, when I go and when I show up, resurrection is going to take place. When I step into that situation and when I do something about it, something is going to change. They will no longer be the same. They will no longer see me the same. I will not be the same to them. They would now have a different perspective, a different side of Jesus that they never have had before. Wife, if you're in a position where you feel like you have been crying out to God and you feel like God has not heard you, or you feel like God is not listening, or you feel like God is ignoring you, keep crying out to God. I promise you, he hears you. I promise you, he knows. I promise you that he is not just overlooking you. Your pain matters to God. I am not here taking up for the contentious wife. I am not, because this wife still has a responsibility to prioritize her mental and emotional health. I'm not sitting here taking up for her because she still has a responsibility to represent Jesus Christ well. I'm not taking up for this woman, but I am telling you, that your pain matters. And I know there are times, seasons, and moments where it feels like, God, are you even listening to me? Are you hearing what I am saying? I don't desire to be this way. I don't desire to be in this position. I don't desire to be this person. Yet and still I am struggling with this, and I am crying out to you, and I am asking you for help, and I am reaching out to you, and you have not done anything. What else is it for me to do? Don't stop asking. Don't stop talking to him. Don't stop crying out to him. Don't stop praying. Your pain, wife, matters to God. And this contentious woman did not become contentious for no reason. What had happened was she stopped crying out to God. She took matters into her own hand. She made a decision that this is not working. And so because this is not working, I'm not going to pursue this anymore. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to settle in my emotions. I'm going to adjust to what it is. This is my reality. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to be at. Maybe this is my life. Maybe this is the end for me. I want to caution you, wife, to not do that. Because that's where you will be. That's where you will stay. That's where you will remain if you have that type of attitude about it. God, it has not forgotten you. He hears your prayers. Your pain, and I'm just emphasizing that. That's the word that keep ringing in my ear. Your pain matters to God. You was betrayed. You lost trust. You was you got dealt a bad hand, right? You have experienced heartache after heartache after heartache after heartache. And you've been trying to be the bigger person in this. You've been trying to get through this, right? Don't stop being the bigger person. Don't stop crying out to God. Don't stop asking him to help you. Jesus, I don't want to get emotional. Don't stop asking him to help you, right? Because if you stop asking him for help, you will stay in that position of being a contentious woman. You will stay in that bitter, resentful place of being that contentious woman. Now, on the other side of that, if you do decide to explore, if you do decide to go after God, if you do decide to cry out to him, if you do decide to say, I refuse to die in this place, I refuse to settle, I refuse to accept, I refuse to think that this is all God has for me. God, help me. I am yours. I am your child. I am your daughter. Help me. God, I am coming to you again today. Help me. God, I am losing hope. I am losing faith. Help me. God, I am struggling with doubt. I am struggling with unbelief. Help me. God, this is not fair. This is unfair. This is painful. Help me. God, I don't have the words today to even say, help me. All I can say is help me, help me, help me. Do not stop asking God to help you. Because on the other side of this, there's help, there's deliverance, there's healing. Even when he comes to your rescue and help, and it may not necessarily be the help that you were expecting. It may not necessarily even be what it is that you thought it would be. It may not even be the response or the answer that you thought. Let's go back to Lazarus and his two sisters. They was not expecting Jesus not to respond. And it's not that Jesus did not respond. He responded. He just responded after their brother was already dead and in the grave for 4 days. He responded after the funeral has already done. They already put him to rest. He responded. He came to their rescue after. Just because it may appear that God is not listening and God does not hear you, Jesus, he hears you. And he hears you because your pain matters. Your pain matters to God. Do not stop asking him to help you. Do not stop crying out to him. Because if you stop, wife, you're going to get stuck. You're going to be trapped. You're going to be in this place of a contentious woman, and it is not good there. It is not good there. It is a hardened place. It is hostile. It is fragile. It's cruelty there. It's resentment and bitterness there. And you can die in that place. Do not stop asking God for help. Because your pain matters to him. When God answered you, when Jesus finally showed up to Lazarus' sisters, Mary and Martha, of course they were upset. Of course they felt some type of way. Of course, at the end of the day, we are friends. We're the ones that you love. You come here and you dine with us. You come here and eat with us. You come here and we welcome you into our place, and we show you we are hospitable towards you, and you don't respond to us. And Jesus said, "But I'm here now. I'm here now." I did a video on Friday that restoration is available to you, wife, after you mess up. To that wife who has not stopped crying out to God, asking God for help, even when she doesn't understand, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it's painful, even when it's ugly, even when it's wrong, even when it does not seem just, even when it's unjust, even when this is not right, this is not fair, this is cruel. Where are you, Lord? Where are you? And how is this my fault? How is my behavior my fault? And I'm asking you to help me, and I'm asking you to come to my rescue, and I'm asking you to do something about this. How then this becomes my fault? Because God says you have a responsibility as my child to represent me well. And so when you show up and you show up and you show into places, you have a responsibility to still steward yourself accordingly. You still have a responsibility to steward yourself. And this is where wives mess up at. Because they feel justified. Oh, he was wrong. Oh, I ain't do nothing. It was his fault. Da 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 da. And they feel like, I can behave this way. God, I'm asking you for help and you ain't doing nothing about it anyways. I can go on like this. God, I'm going to you and I'm coming to you and I'm praying. You ain't saying nothing. What is I'm supposed to do? God, if you don't come through right now, it's gonna be this or that. And God said, I'm here. Your pain matters to me. And I want you to continue to cry out to me. I want you to continue to pray to me. I want you to continue to come to me, crawl to me, kneel down, pray to me, get on your face before me. I want you to still do those things, because it's in those moments, in those things, is where a breaking is taking place. It's where the rebuilding takes place. It's where I'm molding you and I'm doing something in you. Because it's in those moments when I do finally show up and I do finally do what I do, you're going to be amazed. When Jesus finally came to Mary and Martha's rescue, and their brother was already in a tomb, all wrapped up, and he said, show me where he is. And he called Lazarus to come forth. And all those people was around. They were amazed. They were amazed at what God did in that moment. And Martha and Mary, had a different perspective on Jesus. Wife, you don't have to stay in a position of bitterness, of hardness, of anger, of hostile, of cruelty, of aggression. You don't have to keep fighting for yourself in that way. God said, all you have to do is continue to cast your cares onto me. All you have to do is keep crying out to me. All you have to do is keep coming to me and understand and know that even if I don't respond to you right away, it does not mean I don't hear you. It does not mean that I'm ignoring you. It does not mean that I'm tossing you to the side. I hear you. Excuse me. Your pain matters to me. It matters how somebody is treating you. It matters how somebody is handling you. It matters how somebody is talking to you. Your pain matters. But wife, I am holding you accountable on how you respond to how they're treating you. I'm still holding you accountable. Because if we go to the story of Jesus, Jesus had all these people coming for him. They were saying all kinds of stuff, being all kinds of sideways. Jesus not one time cursed these people. He probably was a little petty with them from time to time, but he did not curse them. He did not curse them. He blessed them. And the Lord is saying, you have to take responsibility for when you are being wrong. And you have to learn how to set yourself up, push yourself to the side, put those boundaries on. You have to still be able to represent me well. The reason why a contentious wife stays as being a contentious wife is because she stopped asking. She stopped praying. She stopped asking God to help her. She give up. She drowns in that. She allows her heart to get so blackened and so dark and so ugly until she's so deep down in it, God can't even get to her. He couldn't even help her if he wanted to, because her heart is so black. It's so ugly. It's so cruel. It's so thick with all resentment and frustration and anger. And he can't get to her. Wife, you got to keep your heart in a clear place. How they say when the person been coded clear and they trying to bring them back, you got to keep your heart clear. Because the enemy goal still is to steal, kill, and destroy. And if he can put you in one of those, that category, if he can put you in one of those three, he's winning. Your pain matters to God. Don't stop praying. Don't stop asking for help. Whatever has caused you to get to this place, whatever has caused you to become this person, pray and ask God, Lord, I don't want to be like this. Lord, I don't know what it is that I got to do to get out of this. I don't want to be like this. Get me out of this. And like I said, when he gets you out of it, and it's not necessarily what you thought it would be. It's not necessarily the answer that you thought that he would give you. Receive it as a blessing. Receive it as, this is exactly what I needed. I needed to go through this. I needed God to take as long as he did for this. I needed to understand this. I need to experience this so I can know not to go back to this place. Your pain matters, wife. And you don't have to drown in this place. You don't have to remain in this place. You don't have to be a contentious person. Don't allow your husband's ugly behavior, choices, actions to keep you or push you in that place. God has said, what he got going on is what he got going on. I'm going to get with that. I'm going to deal with that. But I got to deal with you because you are mine. I got to deal with you because you are a representative of me. I gotta deal with you because you call me Lord, Lord. I gotta deal with you because you are here teaching and talking to my people. I gotta deal with you because you are my witness. You are my vessel. You are my servant. I place my mandate in your hands. So I gotta deal with you first. Your pain matters, wife. It matters. Don't let what your husband doing, what he's not doing, how he's behaving, how he's talking to you, you better set some boundaries. You better get out of that position. If he's in the house and he can't go outside, y'all have no other option, then you make a decision to go to a different room. You make a decision to get out of that situation. Don't try to put yourself in a position and you know you cannot handle it. God is not calling us to be doormats. He's not calling you to just go along with just to go along with it. God is not calling us to mess. He's a God of order. He's a God of peace. Romans talk about that. If it be all possible, as much as it depends on you, live at peace with your brethren. If you know that you can't be at peace and you know the things that he's doing is aggravating you and you know every time you get around him, it causes you to become a different person. It causes you to become somebody else. It causes you to be a different human. You better set some boundaries for yourself. Your pain matters to God. And God is not necessarily going to deal with that person first. If you are his representative and you are his, he going to deal with you. He going to deal with you. Because what he said, you know better. You know better. And you can't control or make or change anybody. You can't make them be a certain way. You can't change their decision. You can't do any of that. So since you know you can't do that, why are you trying? Since you know you can't do that, why are you pushing for that? Since you know you can't do that, why are you getting yourself all bundled up in something like this? Why are you getting yourself all entangled with something like this and you know you can't do anything about it? Set the boundary and go take care of your mental and emotional health. Set the boundary and go prioritize yourself. Set the boundary and make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Your well-being matters to God. Your pain matters to God. You don't have to accept being the contentious woman. You don't have to accept. You don't have to say, well, this is just what it is. He done left me. He over there with the other woman. He done moved in with her. He done married her. He done left me. You don't have to accept that. You don't have to accept it. Don't stop asking God for his help. God says, my grace is sufficient enough. Don't think that I'm overlooking you. Don't think that I'm not listening. Don't think that I have not heard your prayers and your cry. I am doing something when I don't answer you. I am working on something when I'm not responding to you. I am not forgotten you. My word is still the same. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I am with you in the pain. I'm with you in the midst of all of that. He cares, wife. God cares about how someone else mishandles you. And he's going to deal with that. God tells you that in Romans. Vengeance will be mine. Vengeance will be mine. I will repay, says the Lord. You don't get to repay. I will repay. But you have an obligation to take care of yourself. You have an obligation to prioritize yourself. You have an obligation to keep your heart in a healthy place with me. Because if your heart is not in a healthy place with me, I can't get to you. I can't get to you. And I will have to sit back and watch you drown. If you don't ask me to help, if you don't ask me to come in, if you stop asking me to help, if you stop letting me in, if you decide to do these things your own way, I can't do nothing for you. You don't have to stay in a position of contentious wife. You don't have to be that nagging wife. You don't have to be that bitter wife. You don't have to be that angry wife. That wife that's in hostility. You don't have to be that person. Victory is your portion. Because God said so. He said, you will go through things in this world, but count it all joy. I've already overcome the world. Your afflictions, those little small afflictions that you're dealing with, I've already overcome it. And I would deliver my people out of it every single time. But you got to keep asking. You got to keep knocking. You got to keep praying. You got to keep coming to me. That's one of my favorite Bible verses in Matthew. I think it's Matthew 7. Keep knocking. Keep asking. Let me go to that. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Keep knocking. Keep asking. I think it's Matthew 7:7. Matthew 7. Keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. Everyone who seeks finds. And to everyone who knocks, the door will be open. Wife, don't stop asking God for help. And even when you help, even when he helps you, and it's not the ideal response you was looking for, it was the best thing that you need, though. It will be the best thing that you need. God is in the business of healing. It is not his desire for us to suffer through things all of our life. He hears you. He hears your heart. He sees you. He knows what's going on. But he cannot get to you, wife, if your heart is in a bad place, if your heart is black, if you are in this place of just, he can't get to you. So I want to encourage you. If you don't have any type of accountability, if you don't have no one that you are talking to about your pain, if you are in a place in the season where you say, like, look, I need to speak to somebody about this who understands, sign up for your wife consultation. This is not the time for you to do this alone. You need accountability. You need a strategy. You need someone who understands. You need someone who is relatable. You need someone who can tell you, girl, you're going to be all right. But there are certain things that is required from you as his child, as his daughter, as his representative, as his servant, as his vessel. There's certain things that's required from you. And you will have to do it his way. This is the hour. This is the season. Do not go into the new year being the same old way. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Keep on knocking. Keep on asking. Keep on seeking. God is in the business of healing. Sign up today for your wife consultation. You can do so at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. Blessings.